Hi, good morning. Today is Saturday, July 14th, and I'm getting a lot of honks for some reason. But anyways, whatever. I just wanted to talk about a couple things today. Actually, I'm going to be sending a video to actually my Prime Minister and his team, because it's a he. And I'm also going to be sending more video. Like, if you have a letter of or you have a complaint, what you should do is communicate the way that works for you. So I guess you could call this video how to do complaints, or give feedback, and just do it in your way. So, you know, send like a rap or send like a handwritten something. Just send whatever in your way. Don't listen to these people when they say you have to do it in a way that works for them. Get them to get off their ass, do some work, and you know what, or else just get fired. And you know what, cancel their pension. There's something in Ontario called this, right? This thing is actually a credit card for Caucasians. But if you look at the picture on here, there's a picture of myself in black and white and colored. So what is her body like as white? And what is her body like as herself? I don't know what this thing is. But when I moved to Ontario, they have this thing called insurance card. And what this insurance card does actually operates as a credit card for doctors. These are biomedical physicians. There's different types of physicians. There's physicians that are in the trade for drugs, and then there's physicians that are actually in the trade for healing and making people better. So what they do is they look for this thing, and they actually do billing off this. So I'll be getting more into how this system actually works in Toronto. Like, for example, we're going to go by this, it's like a clinic, and it looks really good and everything, right? Oh, wow, you know, you're sick and stuff, I got to go see the doctor. You know, the doctor's only interested in this, right? This is how it works in Ontario. They don't give a shit. I can walk around certain neighborhoods and just look at the quality of healthcare. People beyond capacity. Sorry, there's some construction happening. People beyond their capacity can't even go for a walk. They have to drink juices and stuff. I've been doing this test for 1 month. And you know what? I have cravings for chocolate and packaged foods. So I'm like, why am I craving all this shit? I don't even eat this stuff. So you know what? I can see now that there is something important in getting to know how to regulate your own human body system. Look at some of these people, you know, that are just walking on the street in Canada. Overweight, eating chocolate, chips, all kinds of shit. What happened to like fresh berries and fruits and, you know, water? See, this is a place, I don't want to give them advertising. It says walk-in clinic, female doctor. That's even worse. Some of those females, guess who taught the white male to hate black males? So black women, just because doctors say that they're females, don't even use that as something to legitimize them, because you know what? They're in the business for this, regardless of female or male. You have to question what these motherfuckers do out here. And, you know, like, you should see people out here. I guess we can call this something about healthcare in Canada. Michael Moore did a good video, movie, but you know what? Michael Moore didn't do justice to the model in Canada. I found that his presentation in Canada was very, very offensive, because it's very abusive, especially to black folk. But I know that Michael Moore, he seems to come from a position to say, if he does his research a little bit more, then he's going to just like expose it all, right? So I like Michael Moore. He's pretty good with his stuff. But I didn't like that treatment, because he had a black doctor, but he didn't talk about stuff like this, where they will use this and they will racially profile you. So some of these ones walking around with guns and stuff, they're shooting upwards, not at, but upwards. Look at this thing. Do a little check on them. They do all kinds of stuff to them. They can't even get a job. So what they do is they end up selling drugs, and you know what? The drugs not coming from the black community, it's coming from the Caucasian community. There's the Italian ethnicity, there's Poland. People from Poland will find themselves in these communities where you have artwork like this. Beautiful artwork. But like I said the other day, who did this artwork? Was it actually the one who's trying to get out of the position of poverty? Or was it somebody who's not even affiliated with the community, is trying to do God's work to the community? It's a beautiful mural. Here's our beloved Michael Jackson. Looks like him. And they come into these communities and they just give them shit. So when you go to like a ghetto community, like wherever, don't actually be blaming the people for what you see around. You see garbage, you see poverty, stuff like that. Don't blame them for that, because you don't know what the social planning is. And like these houses right here, these should be facing south. Now why would you put up apartment buildings that actually face that way? So you could do like an examination of just the living conditions right next to these towers. Certain communities don't even appreciate this kind of stuff. And you know what? This is all lots of blacks around here. Why is that? And then just over there, just non-blacks. I never seen anything like this. Never, ever seen anything like this. Actually, these are the communities I like to live in, because you know what? When you have us in there, we don't go around saying, oh, you know, we're this or that or whatever. You know, we got bling. Bling can go fuck itself. When I see like Mariah Carey and who else, Kate Moss and all those, you know, what the fuck is that bitch's name, Beyonce or whatever, I think she's fucking disgusting. Like all of this mainstream bullshit, if you ever see what happens, for example, in Congo, Sierra Leone, what they do to the locals, our families there, in the name of Mariah Carey's bling, Beyonce, they can all go fuck themselves. I wouldn't even want a sponsorship from them. I'd say, you know what, keep your fucking dirty money. Because you know what, this is one of the things you have to do, is you have to say no. Learn to say no, and learn to be ethical. Because in Congo, they actually murder and they displace a lot of families and villages to get at something called coltan. You guys even know what coltan is? Coltan is actually a mineral that's used to make cell phones, electronics, laptops. Now, you should see what they do just to get at this stuff. And quite frankly, I don't even want like Apple or what do you, iPack or whatever you call those fucking things. Because you know what? Just to make something like that costs somebody a whole village their life. And quite frankly, I don't appreciate that. That's what I learned in university. And what else? This bling culture. You see like a lot of this self-hatred. People want to get on with their lives. Like I was spending some time with the family yesterday, and you know what? It was just so beautiful because we were just hanging out, and if you saw the dynamics of that black family, just a really beautiful family. Like they had like these two little youngies. They were 19 and 20, I think, and they were males, black males. And one of their cousins wanted to go for a walk. And they were just like saying to her, where are you going? And, you know, like nice things like that. Talking about getting down with the black community, you know, talking about reproducing the next generation. Like all these different things. Everybody just hanging out. But why are we talking about 20-cent raises? What the hell does 20 cents do? Toronto is a very interesting place. This particular community here, it is governed by different levels of government. You have, this could even be a documentary. You have, like for instance, part of this building is facing south, which is good. How many people know when you're looking for a place, certain places, make sure you know that you're facing the sun, where you get sun, because then it becomes a spiritual place. You know, it's really pathetic to see what people go through in Toronto. And with respect to this is a doctor credit card. And there's not only one doctor, there's several. And but they go through these schools, these Eurocentric schools. And if you ever see like the standardized testing, me personally, my classes, there's no such things as exams. You know what you do? You got to show your effort. And because I know people have different ways of processing information, so there's no such things as exams. There's different ways of assessing how students are progressing, but how you do it is you ask the student how they should be graded. And, you know, let them write that. I should be graded by this. Then you can begin to see the quality of a lot of different things. And if the administration has a problem, then that's where you choose a protesting professor. Protesting professor will sue the administration, say, stay the fuck away from these students, because you know what? It comes back to social norms and social reality. And you know what? They'll stay away. They won't mess you around. But you know what? There's a lot of stuff that happens in the academy. And these types of things need to be shown. For instance, look at the ecological planning. Look how dry it is, right? But do you have to actually use water, right? You don't have to use water. Use plants. Nobody knows if this place was actually a burial ground for the indigenous community. And look at how they developed this place. This place is actually governed by 3 different levels of government in Canada. The way it works is this. You have 1 level, a 2nd level, and a 3rd level. First level would be like your mayor level. So then there's the mayor, but then you have districts, so maybe boroughs. And then each borough has some kind of leadership. So they have a similar thing called councils. And then you have a 2nd level, which is a province. And Canada has been cut up into like a pizza. So there's a territory and it has regions, and it would be like a state. So each state is a province. So you have a leader of that. But within that, you have different sections that report to that leader. And each section is called a riding. And then you have a 3rd level of government, which is like the big giant, you know, territory stuff, right? And they're the ones that go to like international meetings. So it would be like USA with maybe Jamaica, with, I don't know, Australia, Europe, sorry, not Europe, but the countries within Europe. So England, Ireland, you know, Russia. And I'm trying to figure out where I want to go. I think I'm going to go here because there's more sun. But I'm crossing the street. So there's different levels of government, and what they do is they strategic. Yeah, just one sec here. Somebody's just asking me a question, so I'm just going to pause this and come back to film.